Have you ever checked the bottom of your junk drawer and thought, what if this old penny was worth more than my car? Well, today might be the day you find out it is, because hidden in plain sight across the United States, a specific version of the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny without a mint mark is quietly shaking up the numismatic world, and making headlines, for selling at auction for a jaw-dropping $520,000. Yes, you heard that right. One penny. $500,000. This isn't fiction. This is real. And the next one could be sitting right in your pocket, your coin jar, or buried in that old cigar box from your grandfather's attic. So the question is, what makes this penny so valuable? Why are collectors fighting for it? And most importantly, how can you cash in before it's too late? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to spot a fake, and how this one tiny coin could flip your financial future forever. But first, let's go back to where it all began. 2009 was a historic year for the Lincoln cent. It marked the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the first Lincoln penny ever minted. To honor this, the U.S. Mint released 4 different reverse designs, each telling a part of Lincoln's life story, but in the middle of all this celebration, something unexpected happened. A small number of these 2009 Lincoln pennies, specifically the ones with the professional life reverse, were struck without any mint mark at all. No, D for Denver. No, S for San Francisco. No, P for Philadelphia, just a clean, blank space. Now, a missing mint mark might not sound like much. But in the world of rare coins, these kinds of anomalies can turn ordinary change into a collector's holy grail, and here's the kicker. Some of these no mint mark 2009 professional life pennies were minted on experimental planchets. That's the blank metal disc before it's stamped into a coin. In rare cases, these planchets weren't copper-coated zinc like most modern pennies, but a different alloy entirely. Think about it. A modern penny struck on a test metal, during a historic mint year, with a rare design, and no mint mark. That's not just rare. That's treasure. Still with me? Now you might be wondering, how does a penny like that end up being worth more than a luxury home in Miami? Let's talk market value. One of these ultra-rare 2009 no mint mark professional life pennies recently made waves when it sold for $520,000 at a private auction, and here's where the fear creeps in, because while you're watching this, someone else might be holding your penny. How many of these valuable coins have been unknowingly spent on coffee, thrown in tip jars, or sent through Coinstar machines? If that thought gives you chills, good. That's the urgency I'm talking about, because the clock is ticking. As more people become aware of this coin, fewer undiscovered examples remain in circulation. The chance to find one, just once, could be slipping away with every passing day. Now, before you rush to dump your coin jars on the kitchen table, here's what you need to know to identify the real deal. Look for the 2009 Lincoln cent with the professional life reverse. This design shows Lincoln standing in front of the Illinois state capitol. Check the obverse side carefully for a missing mint mark. If it's completely blank, no D, no P, no S, you might be onto something. Weigh the coin on a digital scale. If it doesn't weigh 2.5 grams, the standard for modern pennies, that's a red flag, in a good way. You may have a rare planchet, and here's a little humor to reset your focus. If your penny is talking to you, it's either haunted or worth a fortune. Either way, it's time to pay attention. Still curious? Here's your cliffhanger. There's a growing theory among coin experts that an entire undiscovered roll of these 2009 no mint mark pennies is still out there, untouched, sealed, and waiting to surface. Can you imagine being the one who finds it? Your life could change in a single moment. One coin. One discovery. One decision to look a little closer. That if you're sitting on a pile of old pennies, or even just a few from the 2000s, don't ignore them. Get a magnifying glass. Check the date. Weigh the coin. Look again, because that $500,000 penny won't scream for your attention. It looks like every other coin, until it doesn't. Want more insights like this? Make sure to subscribe. I break down the rarest US coins, current market prices, and how to sell your collection for maximum value. This isn't just about coins. It's about wealth. It's about reclaiming forgotten treasure. It's about turning the past into profit, and remember, wealth doesn't always come in dollars. Sometimes, it comes in cents. A coin you might have tossed into a jar or lost under your car seat could be the key to a life-changing fortune. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal how one ordinary-looking 2001 penny stunned collectors and changed its owner's life forever. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own collection, and how to turn a forgotten coin into a $517,000 windfall. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you this: when was the last time you really looked at your change? Probably never, and that's exactly why stories like this remain hidden from the public, but not anymore, because today, I'm about to change the way you see pennies forever. It all started in Denver, back in 2001. Millions of Lincoln 1-cent coins rolled out of the Denver Mint. Most of them were ordinary. But a few, a very rare few, came out with something extraordinary. Now, the 2001 Lincoln cent is made of copper-plated zinc. Nothing rare about that, right? But here's where things get interesting. Some of these coins came out with dramatic die errors, doubling on the inscriptions, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies, and collectors are going wild for them. One coin, in particular, recently sold for an eye-popping $517,000. Why? Because it had what experts call a major minting anomaly, a double die reverse, combined with a rare planchet mix-up. Wait, what's a planchet? Let's put it this way: it's like the bread before the sandwich is made. If that bread is the wrong size, wrong type, or even toasted when it shouldn't be, something's gone wrong in the kitchen. And when something goes wrong at the US Mint, it can lead to coins that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. Still with me? Good, because this is where things get even more fascinating. Some 2001 Lincoln cents were struck on experimental planchets, possibly intended for foreign coins or different denominations altogether. They weighed more. They looked different under a microscope. But to the naked eye, just another penny. That's the twist. You could be holding one of these rare coins in your hands right now, and not even know it. Now, before we reveal the exact features to look for, here's a quick question for you. Have you ever thrown away a penny? Come on, be honest. Well, after this video, I guarantee, you'll never do that again. Let's talk market value. In early 2025, one certified 2001 penny sold for over $500,000 at auction. The bidding was fierce. Why? Because the coin had been professionally graded as a mint state 69 red, nearly perfect condition, with an ultra-rare die clash and a planchet error. Collectors know, coins like this don't just appear. They vanish quickly into private collections and rarely see the light of day again. So if you have one, you're sitting on a treasure. Now here's a cliffhanger. How do you know if your 2001 penny is valuable? We're about to break it down, and when we do, it might just turn your drawer of loose change into a goldmine. Alright. Here are the signs to watch for. Number 1, check the mint mark. You want a clear D beneath the year 2001, sharp and well defined. No smudges. Number 2, inspect Lincoln's jacket and the letters Liberty and In God We Trust. Any doubling or shadowing? That could be a double die, and that means serious money. Number 3, weigh the coin. A regular 2001 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours weighs more, it could have been struck on a foreign or experimental planchet. Number 4, examine the rim and edges. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, or weak rims can also signal rare minting errors. If your coin checks even one of these boxes, stop everything. Store it safely and contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. And here's the urgency: these coins are skyrocketing in value. Every year, more collectors enter the market. Every year, more rare coins disappear into vaults and never return. So what are you waiting for? Go check your change, search those old jars. Open the drawers. Dig through the couch cushions. You might be holding a 2001 Lincoln penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and never even knew it. You don't need luck. You need awareness, and today, you just got it. So many people dream of living a wealthy lifestyle. Traveling, retiring early, helping their family. But they overlook the very thing that could unlock that future: a tiny copper coin, forgotten and dismissed. Don't make that mistake. Start your journey now, and if you found this video helpful, share it. Because someone you know might be sitting on $1 million penny, and not even know it. This is Rare Coins World, where every penny counts, and every coin has a story. What if I told you that a tiny penny minted in 2004, yes, a single 1-cent coin, could be the key to unlocking $500,000? Sounds ridiculous, right? But let me ask you this. How many old pennies do you have lying forgotten in a jar, a drawer, or a shoebox in your garage? Because if one of them is a 2004 Lincoln penny with the right era or condition, you might just be sitting on a fortune, and not even know it. You see, most people look at pennies as spare change. A nuisance. Something you toss into the keep the change tray, but coin collectors, they see something entirely different. They see potential, they see hidden wealth, they see the kind of financial breakthrough most people spend decades chasing. So in this video, we're going deep into the story of one ordinary penny with an extraordinary value, not just to inform you, but to inspire you, because stories like this, they don't just happen in museums. They happen to everyday people, and it could happen to you. Act 2, The Confrontation, the story behind the coin. Let's rewind to 2004. George W. Bush was president, Facebook had just launched, and gas was a mere $2 a gallon, and while all that was happening, the Denver Mint released millions of Lincoln pennies, millions, but among those, a few, and I do mean a few, were unlike the rest. That it's kind of like showing up at a family reunion and realizing your cousin is Elon Musk, same bloodline. Very different future. Among these 2004 pennies, a handful were struck with significant minting errors. Some had doubled dies. Others had off-center strikes or unusually sharp detailing caused by misaligned dies, and a select few were preserved in nearly perfect condition, known in the numismatic world as MS-69 or higher. One of these very coins, recently verified and graded, sold for a staggering $512,000. Let that sink in. 1 cent turned into over $500,000. No lottery tickets. No stock market gamble, just a coin. But wait, why this coin? Why 2004? And what exactly makes it so valuable while others are worth, well, exactly 1 cent? We'll get to that. Because once you know what to look for, you'll never see pennies the same way again. Act 2 continued. The turning point. Here's the key. Coin value isn't just about age. It's about rarity, condition, and most importantly, errors. Collectors and investors will pay small fortunes for coins that slip through the cracks of quality control, because those imperfections, they make the coin unique, and uniqueness drives value. The 2004 penny in question was struck with a highly noticeable die error, creating an unusual and eye-catching doubling in the date and lettering. Combine that with near-perfect condition, and you've got a recipe for serious money. When was the last time you checked your spare change, not just glanced at it, actually looked at the mint mark, the year, the details? Because if you haven't, you might be passing up money every single day. Let's get real. Thousands of rare coins are sitting in junk drawers and glove boxes right now. People are unknowingly giving them away in vending machines or coin counters. Don't be one of them. So how do you know if your 2004 Lincoln penny is the one worth life-changing money? Here's what to look for. First, check the mint mark. The letter D under the date stands for the Denver Mint. Next, inspect the date and letters. Is there doubling in the numbers or letters? Does the coin feel slightly off-center, or are the details sharper than normal? Then, examine the coin's surface. Coins worth hundreds of thousands are typically graded MS-67 or higher, meaning virtually no scratches, no discoloration, and crisp edges. And here's the part that could change your life. If you suspect your penny fits this description, don't clean it. Don't rub it. Don't toss it into a jar with other coins. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify its authenticity, condition, and, if you're lucky, assign a grade that could skyrocket its value. Emotional trigger, excitement and possibility. Imagine what you could do with $500,000, pay off debt, retire early, buy the house you've always dreamed of. Set your family up for generations, and all of it, from a single forgotten coin. Now here's the kicker, the 2004 isn't the only penny with this kind of potential. There are dozens more from recent decades quietly gaining value in the collector's world, and in our next video, we'll uncover 5 more modern pennies that are secretly worth tens of thousands, and how to spot them in under 10 seconds. So here's what I want you to do right now. Go find your stash of old coins. Look through your change jar. If you have a 2004 penny, study it. Examine every detail, because for all you know, that tiny copper coin could be your ticket to a new life. No, this isn't a myth. This is a true story about a modern-day penny minted in 2005 in Denver. It's not gold. It's not silver. But its current market value has skyrocketed to an astonishing $510,000. Now before you check your couch cushions, listen carefully. This isn't just about luck. It's about knowledge, timing, and knowing exactly what to look for. Because right now, someone out there is holding onto a coin that could change their life forever, and they don't even know it. Are you next? Let's take a moment to rewind. The year is 2005. The U.S. Mint in Denver releases millions of Lincoln 1-cent coins. Most people saw them as pocket change, maybe used them for vending machines or dropped them into tip jars, but buried among those millions was a hidden gem. A tiny mistake. A rare anomaly. That mistake turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Now here's where it gets interesting. This rare 2005 D penny looks almost identical to every other penny in your change jar. But under close inspection, it reveals secrets, errors so rare that collectors are willing to pay six figures just to own it. You might be thinking, how can such a small detail make such a big difference? Simple. In the world of numismatics, rarity isn't just valuable, it's everything. Still with me? Good. Because now we go deeper. This is where most people miss out. They hear about rare coins but don't know what to actually look for. Let's change that today. The 2005 D Lincoln penny that sold for $510,000 had a specific minting error. A dramatic off-center strike. In this particular case, the image of Abraham Lincoln was shifted, significantly, toward the edge of the coin. The words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" appeared misaligned. The reverse side was equally affected. To the trained eye, this was not a flaw. It was art. A rare accident that became a collector's obsession, but that's not the only thing. Other valuable 2005 D Lincoln pennies include coins with double die obverse, where Lincoln's features appear doubled. Some show repunched mint marks, where the D was struck more than once but misaligned. These are subtle. But under magnification, they become glaring signals of value. And here's a funny thought. Imagine telling your kids you got rich from a penny, and their first reaction is, "You mean a crypto penny, right?" No, kiddo. A real, copper-plated, old-school penny. That's when the jaws drop. So how many of these rare pennies still exist? And more importantly, how many are still undiscovered, sitting in old drawers or forgotten jars? Let's talk numbers. Experts estimate that fewer than 10 of these high-value 2005 D errors have ever been officially recorded. That means the chances of finding one may seem slim, but not impossible. In fact, one of these coins was discovered in a regular coin roll from the bank. That's right. Someone found a $500,000 penny while searching through a $25 box of cents. Imagine turning a Saturday hobby into $500,000. That's the power of coin hunting. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional. You just need sharp eyes, the right knowledge, and a bit of patience. But here's the twist: demand for rare Lincoln pennies is rising rapidly. Collectors are aging. Auctions are heating up. And the supply is drying out. That window of opportunity? It's closing. Waiting could cost you. Still thinking this is too good to be true? That's what the last guy said, right before he sold his penny for the price of a house. So here's your challenge: check your collection. Search your drawers. Look inside that old coin jar that's been sitting on the shelf since 1998. Because the next 2005 D Lincoln penny worth over $500,000 might not be in a museum or locked in a collector's vault. It might be in your hands right now, and when you find it, your life will change. Do not wait. Do not underestimate. And whatever you do, don't let that penny slip away unnoticed. What if I told you that a simple 2006 Lincoln penny with a small D mint mark, the kind that's probably sitting forgotten in a kitchen drawer right now, could be worth over $500,000? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But this is not a myth. It's not an urban legend. It's a real coin. And someone just sold it for $508,000. Now, before you rush to the coin jar, stay with me. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly why this modern penny is so valuable, how you can identify one, and most importantly, what to do if you find it, and by the end of this video you'll never look at loose change the same way again. Let's dive in. Our story begins in 2006, a year that felt unremarkable in the world of coinage. The Denver Mint, known by its D Mint mark, produced millions of Lincoln pennies that year. Most of them are worth exactly 1 cent. But among them, a microscopic handful were struck with a rare and shocking mint error. Imagine the pressure. The intense heat. The speed of the press. Something went wrong. In one rare instance, the coin was struck on a foreign planchet, a blank not meant for the Lincoln penny. The result? A 2006 D penny that is lighter in weight, slightly off in color, and unlike anything else in circulation. Now here's the kicker, this wasn't discovered in some secret vault or private collection. It was found in pocket change. Yes. You heard that right. Someone picked it up, noticed something strange, and had the foresight to investigate. Pause for a second and think about your own coins. How many times have you seen something a little odd, and just shrugged it off? What if one of those moments was your $500,000 opportunity? I mean, if you're watching this video while doing laundry, go check the pockets. That sock with a hole might not be the only surprise in there. So, how does a single penny go from 1 cent to over $500,000? The answer is rarity, condition, and timing. Only a few of these 2006 D era coins exist. Fewer still have been preserved in pristine condition. And when the demand is high, as it is right now among collectors who crave rare modern errors, the price skyrockets. In January, a verified auction closed at a staggering $508,000 for one of these coins. That's not a typo. That's not a misprint. That is life-changing money. Now here's where things get real. This isn't just about knowing the coin exists. It's about acting on that knowledge. Right now, across the United States, millions of 2006 pennies are sitting in homes, cars, and drawers. One of them might be this exact error coin. One of them might be yours. If you find a 2006 D penny, flip it over. Look closely at the surface. Check for unusual weight. Examine the strike. If something feels off, trust your gut, but don't clean it. Don't tamper with it. Preserve it exactly as is, then, take it to a professional numismatist or send it for grading to a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These experts can verify the coin's authenticity and certify its value, because here's the truth, finding one of these coins doesn't just mean a lucky break. It means you've stepped into the world of high-value collectibles, where knowledge turns into wealth. But here's the most shocking part, there might be more coins like this out there. Unlisted. Undiscovered. Even more valuable than the one already sold. And in the next video, I'm going to show you another modern penny that could be worth even more, but no one is talking about it. So if you're serious about turning forgotten coins into financial freedom, you'll want to see what's coming next. Well, what if I told you that a simple 2008 Lincoln penny with a tiny D mint mark could be worth over $500,000 today, and some experts say its future value could reach millions? No, this isn't a prank. You're not on a game show. You're just one coin away from changing your entire financial reality. But here's the catch, most people have no idea what to look for. They toss away fortune without even knowing it, and that's exactly what we're going to fix today. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what makes this coin so rare, how to identify it, and how you might already own one without even realizing it. Because let's be honest, if you're sitting on a coin that could change your lifestyle, wouldn't you want to know? Let's start with a little background. The year is 2008. The US Mint is producing billions of pennies. Most are ordinary, but hidden among them, a small number of 2008 Lincoln cents minted in Denver, that's the D mint mark, were struck with a rare and costly die error. Now, to the untrained eye, this penny looks no different than the others, but collectors and experts know better. Some of these coins were struck with a misaligned die, creating what's known as a double die error. Others show an abnormally sharp separation in Lincoln's coat and distorted lettering in Liberty or the date. And these tiny imperfections, they are exactly what make the coin incredibly valuable. But why would anyone pay $500,000 for a penny? Let me put it this way, coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's a high-stakes investment arena, and just like art collectors will spend millions for a rare brushstroke, numismatists, yes, that's what high-end coin collectors are called, will compete for coins that are nearly impossible to find. The most recent verified sale of one of these rare 2008 D. Lincoln cents, $500,000, private auction. Verified authentication. And gone in seconds. Now pause for a moment and think, when was the last time you checked your change jar? Funny, right? You might have been brushing your teeth with a fortune sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer. This isn't just about coins, this is about opportunity. It's about recognizing value where others don't. It's about understanding that what seems worthless to the world might just be your golden ticket. And if you're someone who's been holding on to old coins, maybe a box you inherited from your grandparents, or a drawer full of pocket change from the last decade, this is your moment, because the scary truth, these coins are disappearing fast. Once they're bought by collectors, they vanish from the public market, and the longer you wait, the harder it gets to find one, and the more expensive they become. So, what exactly should you look for? First, the mint mark. Look just under the year. You should see a tiny D. Next, examine Lincoln's coat. Is there doubling or distortion along the lines or buttons? Use a magnifying glass. Check the word Liberty. Is there a shadow effect or ghosting behind the letters? And most importantly, check the condition. A coin in mint state with sharp edges and no visible wear is exponentially more valuable. Still not sure? Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify it for you, and yes, if it's the real deal, they'll even help you connect with high-profile buyers and auction houses, because what's the point of owning a treasure if no one knows about it? Now here's the question you need to answer. Are you sitting on one of these life-changing pennies, and don't even know it, or are you about to check your stash right after this video, and discover something that could transform your bank account? You decide, but whatever you do, don't let this chance pass you by, because every day, someone out there cashes in on a penny, while someone else throws theirs away. Subscribe for more hidden coin stories that could rewrite your future. Your next breakthrough might be just one coin away.